Gain Vision welcomes in Tom McIntosh, the men's soccer coach at the University of Tulsa. And another great year for you, but like almost every team, it ends with a loss, doesn't it?
Yeah.
NCAA tournament, you play Creighton, you go up to Omaha, and obviously a hostile environment, and they got you with some early goals, and I guess that kind of got you behind the eight ball, didn't it?
Yeah, giving up the early corner kick goal obviously wasn't what we had hoped for, and we lost a mark, and the guy did a good job finishing it, and then giving a second one up right away after put us, like you said, put us behind the eight ball, and it's not an easy place to play, and they have a very good team. So, so it was a tough game, but overall, like you said, I think that it was a good year, and the guys achieved quite a bit.
10-5-5, and of course an American championship, American Athletic Conference title. How special is that third year in a row?
Yeah, it's real special. It's not easy to do, and so to do it for the third time in the last 3 years, I think is tremendous, and it's great because it's the first time for this team. I think those things never get old because every team's different, and for a lot of guys, this was their first American Conference championship. So, but we want to obviously keep winning those and keep growing in that aspect. But it was a great weekend for the guys.
You had a relatively young team this year. How did they coalesce as the season went along?
Yeah, I thought they got better. The guys we started to play better and better. I thought down the stretch, I think we went unbeaten in our last 8 games until the NCAA tournament game at Creighton. So I think the guys, started to figure out their roles a little bit. They got more comfortable playing at the tempo and the speed that we needed to be playing at. And we got a little bit healthier too. It was a tough year in terms of injuries, and so I think the guys, persevered through, all those, both their own growth as well as some of the setbacks from an injury standpoint and the disruption that it caused in our lineup. So I thought it was a tremendous year by the guys.
Well, and you had second team American Athletic Conference players, Matthew Puig and Ray Sari, Zach Stavro, and then of course your goalie Jake McGuire. Did the fact you didn't have a first teamer, did that kind of motivate the team some?
Well, I think we definitely believed we had first teamers, and unfortunately it just, for whatever reason didn't happen, So I think some of those guys for sure were motivated, maybe gave them a little bit extra motivation, that, hey, I am a first team guy, and I think whenever you get in those scenarios, I think it's always just important to understand that we didn't need to prove anything to anyone else. We knew how good we were. I knew how good my players were, and that was the most important thing. So what other coaches think or what other people think isn't really of value. It's what I believe and what they believe, and certainly we believe we had all the necessary talent to win a championship, and we played exceptionally well throughout the course of the season, and the guys were great.
Yeah, and you talk about the young players, all-rookie team, Alejandro Chavez, along with Puig, and so that was good as well, and it bodes well for the future. You talk about guys coming back, huh?
Yeah, we have a lot of group coming back. Obviously we lose 3 seniors who've been basically 4-year starters over the course of their career here, but we feel very good in terms of the quality coming back. Alejandro had a tremendous year as a freshman. He was unanimous, all-rookie team. Matt Puig obviously just kept getting better and better and creating more and more chances as the year went on. And Karai Easterling was a freshman who started both those games in the conference tournament, and as well as the game at Creighton. So he came on throughout the year. And then other returning young guys. We still had a lot of good performances from our sophomores and juniors. So we're very, very confident in terms of the group coming back and excited to start the process over. And the guys get a little break, and we start the process now, and get ourselves prepared for next season.
Of course, one of the high points of the year was the American Athletic Conference Championship. You win that in PKs, which seems to be the way you're winning these titles lately. Yeah. But I thought it was apropos that Ray Sari, your senior, we've been injured this year, was the guy that popped home that final PK.
Yeah, Ray's taken a lot of penalty kicks in his time here because he's been in them ever since his first year. And so, we had a lot of confidence in Ray, and I think it was great for Ray. I think to what really demonstrates Ray's quality is he did not have a good game in the championship game, and he knew it. I think fatigue certainly played a big part in it because, as he said, he'd been injured, and to come back and play Friday, Sunday was really tough. But he put all that aside when it came time to make a play to win a game for us. Well, he did exactly that.
And so you'll miss Ray and you'll miss Quentin Duncan and Jake. So those are guys. Those are pretty solid number one guys for you.
Yeah.
But it's only those three you lose, right?
Yeah. So and guys understand within the program. I think we have players within the program currently, that can step up and obviously fill their shoes. And those guys have to. That's their responsibility now is to take the program and move it further. And no question, those three guys had a big part in obviously all the championships that we've won over the last few years. And but now it's the new guys' responsibility. And I think that's been a great part of our program. Is I think the younger guys, as they grow, they understand they have to take on more responsibility. So the Rochas and the Kai Douts and those guys are going to be seniors now, and they got to take more responsibility. And then the guys behind them, have to do the same thing.
So speaking of responsibility, now you have the off season. I know that spring is right around the corner, and you'll have spring ball. But what is the responsibility of the players now in the off season to kind of stay in shape?
Yeah, I mean, they've had about 10 days off, and so now it's about just getting into some general conditioning, and then. And we'll do that now, and then as soon as we come back, we'll be going at it 5 days a week, and combination of strength training, speed development, and then we'll start training a little bit, and like you said, then we'll just keep that process going. I do think it's a year-round commitment nowadays. You need breaks, but they need to be structured breaks, and the breaks don't last for 2 months. They last for 10 days, 2 weeks, and then you have to sort of keep progressing and build your way up so that you're at your best, come August.
Coach, congratulations on a great year, and we'll look forward to seeing the team in the spring.
Thanks, Bruce.
Tom McIntosh, University of Tulsa men's soccer.